I have wanted to make scalloped potatoes for eons now. And my introduction to scalloped potatoes was frozen out of the box from a store. It was okay. I mean, back in my 20s when I didn't know how to cook, sure, it worked. But then I had real homemade scalloped potatoes. Thank you, Wendy, for introducing me to delicious, amazing, perfect scalloped potatoes. So today I'm going to try to make them myself. I shouldn't say try because I'm recording this after I made it, so I know that they turned out amazing and I'm madly in love with the way that I did this. So without further ado, let me take you through how I make scalloped potatoes, and you can decide if you want to try making them at home this way too. I'm starting with my first ingredient, which is onions. I'm going to be using 2 medium-sized onions or so. And don't let anyone tell you that you need to cut an onion a certain way. Just use your knife skills as best as you can to make little tiny, as thin as possible slices on your onion. We're going to do the same thing with a peeled and washed potato. You can use your knife skills again to go as thin as possible, but I've done this recipe a couple times and I must tell you, I much prefer using a mandolin, or if you have something silly like this that resembles a mandolin like I do. You get really, really, really thin slices that are really hard to get just by doing it by hand, and I really preferred it that way. We need to head over to the stove top, melt a bunch of butter with your onions, season them with salt and pepper, and just get them translucent. We don't want to brown them or cook them out too much. I'm going to use 3 teaspoons, yes, just teaspoons out of the drawer, to add in my all-purpose flour and then swirl around a little bit of milk. You know I don't measure, so I'm just eyeing it out until I get the consistency that I want. If I need more liquid, I can add a little more milk in, or even use a little bit of chicken stock or vegetable stock to get that sort of creamy, beautiful consistency. Layering our potatoes in. I gave the slices a nice rinse in cold water first as well, just so that washed off some of that starch, and then a nice good layer on the bottom. Season with salt and pepper every layer that you make. Potatoes love salt, so I definitely layer in all of those seasonings. I'm going to add a nice helping of that sauce that we made and then continue layering another set of potato slices. I really just want to do about 2 or 3 layers, salt and pepper again, and that cream sauce goes in between every layer. So you really have to eye it out to make sure that you have enough for each layer and for the top, because we don't want to run out. So let your eyes do the work, but also if you are like me and love cheese, in the middle there, add a little bit of cheese, and on your top layer, add a little bit of cheese. We need a preheated oven of 350 degrees, and I'm gonna cover it with tinfoil for about 35 to 40 minutes. It keeps all the moisture in, but if you want those crispy pieces, you gotta take that off, put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes, and boom, you get those crusty little pieces on the top and outside. I mean, what's not to love about, first of all, the potato? It can be made in so many different ways, and it is just such a wonderful base ingredient for amazingness. I am Polish and I do love the potato, everybody knows that. But come on, creamy, cheesy, oniony, delicious scalloped potatoes. Yeah, I'm sold. I'm making these probably on a very regular basis, so I hope nobody gets sick of them because I am officially obsessed. Thank you so much for joining me on this exciting potato journey, because I really got so excited the first time I took a bite of this. Okay, hit that subscribe button, hang out with me, lots more recipes coming forever and ever and ever. Till next time.